Hey guys, I am finishing up a couple of things here. I appreciate your patience. Many of you, not all of you, but many of you know that we had a little issue with a bidder tonight in Flawless. So I had to spend a bunch of extra time trying to get his teams reassigned and all that sort of stuff. So therefore, it's put me a couple of minutes behind here. But if you give me just another, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes here, we'll be ready to go. I've just got to get a couple of little things done. So I think right now, guys, I believe that the Giants are going to be spoken for here in Flawless Collegiate. The two teams involved with this bidder were the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Giants for Flawless Collegiate. I'm pretty sure the Giants are spoken for and done. If you are in chat, Roy, let me know if you got that invoice and if we're squared away and good to go. And then the Arizona Cardinals are still going to be up for bids. I think some of you may have sent me a message about it, and I simply ran out of time to get them all replied to. So if you're here in chat, those of you who are interested in the Arizona Cardinals in Flawless Collegiate, please let me know. And then we also have a couple of unpaid teams potentially in another break coming up, but I'm going to give those folks time to pay for it until we actually hit upon their product. And we're close to starting again. My apologies. I know it is not fun to have to sit and wait on me, but we can, thank our bidders who bid and don't pay for all this fun stuff. All right, so I think everything is loaded. Now let me see where we are. So yes, right now I have 3 teams in Impeccable Basketball that are not paid. So if you are watching this and you are not paid in Impeccable Basketball, you need to get your bill paid, please, before we start on your break, because if it's still sitting there unpaid when we start that break, we'll have to think about having those go elsewhere. All right, so meantime, let's go back to what I was talking about here for a second. So Roy, are you online right now? Are you in chat? And did you see the message or the PayPal money request for the Giants? Are we squared away on that? I think you said you wanted them. I'm just double checking. I want to make sure that we're good on that. And then Roger, you're saying you might want the Cardinals. Okay, cool. That would be good. Let me see where we, yes, let me, hang on one second. Let me answer this email to Roy and send him here to chat. And then that way we can discuss it in real time. I think I made a typo in there, but hopefully he can read it. So we're just waiting on that to happen. And Roger, do you have a team in here tonight? I think maybe you do. Or you can just type in your email address if you would prefer. I can send you a PayPal money request. That would be for the Arizona Cardinals in the Flawless Collegiate. Brian, right now, oh, hey, the Major Rad. Right now, I think that Roger's going to be picking those up, so we're not going to have, maybe not going to have the Cardinals open. No, you're outbid on everything. Okay, so do you want to, are you okay with just typing in the email address here that I should use on PayPal? If you are, you can put it up there. If you don't want to leave it, you can always just put it up there long enough for me to grab it and send you the invoice, and you can delete the post or delete the thing in chat if you don't want it sitting there. But I just have to know where to send the PayPal money request. If you were in tonight's auctions, I'd be able to access your email address still on eBay. But if you're not, depends on when the last active thing was. Sometimes it'll let me, sometimes it won't. Maybe I could find it. I can try and find it this way. Oh, here we go. All right, so let me try and get that typed in real quick. And So there may be impeccable teams left, David. I do have some teams. I'm not calling out the names of them quite yet because I want to give those bidders a moment until we get to their break to make sure. Meanwhile, hang on one second, guys. Let me get this invoice sent out so that I don't lose track of what I'm doing here for the Arizona Cardinals. I appreciate you picking that up too very much, so thank you for that. This is Arizona Cardinals in Flawless Collegiate. And then just make sure that this comes to you. Make sure that you have this, Roger. You should see it in your inbox as a PayPal money request. So hopefully it's going to show up there. And I'm still kind of waiting to see if Roy's going to jump in here to chat, or if he might be still sitting in the others. Let me see if he's in the message in there, and eBay's going to strip it out and charge me a big bunch of money. eBay doesn't like it when we talk money in eBay messages. That's why I always direct you guys to chat and things like that. But Roy is not set up for chat, he says. So I'm going to try to get this accomplished. But sometimes eBay will let them go through, and sometimes they won't. Chad, we are breaking tonight a half case of Leaf autographed jerseys. A case, this is not the order necessarily. Flawless Collegiate, then Impeccable, and the Archive Signature Series. Once again, everyone, I know we're off to a little bit of a slow start. I apologize. I'm just trying to get this squared away. Basically what I did tonight on some teams, spent a lot of money, some high dollar teams. And then as soon as they won them, they canceled their eBay account. Immediately canceled it. So I couldn't even go in and send a second chance offer. I couldn't do anything. So that has been the problem. I've been trying to reach out to you guys and get the teams sold and paid. And that's why we started a little late. And that's why we're still having to go through all of this stuff. So right now, Roger and Roy, I'm going to go onward here, and we're going to start going over our info, and hopefully the two of you will see those invoices sent your way, or they're actually PayPal money requests. And I will keep checking eBay messages as well, because I know Roy's with me that way. I don't normally check eBay way to go, but this time tonight, obviously I know Roy didn't chat, so we're trying to get it squared away that way. Okay, so we're going to, while we're waiting on that to get resolved, we're going to start with our regularly scheduled programming here. And first up, it's a note to let you know that my feedback is automated on eBay. That is so you don't have to wait on me. Unlike tonight, when you are having to wait on me, you don't have to wait on me there. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get it in return. And of course, the second part of that is saying thank you for bidding and breaking and chatting and hanging out with me. Chad, I don't know yet if we're going to need help with Impeccable Basketball. Again, I will check that payment status right before we break that product. That break, I don't know. Okay, so we are taking a look right now at the breaks that are coming up on eBay. This is coming up over the next 5 days here. So tomorrow night, we've got a half case of mini helmets. It's the start of a new case. We'll do another half case of Flawless Collegiate, which, of course, you know is one box, is a half case of that. We'll do a full case of National Treasures Baseball, a full case of Bowman Chrome. On Saturday night, note that we're starting early at 9:30. Autographed Baseball Glove, a half case of autographed baseball jerseys, start of a new case. A full-size football helmet, more Flawless Collegiate, and a 16-box master case of Upper Deck Goodwin Champions, which, if you're not familiar with it, it has lots of Upper Deck exclusive athletes in it. The only place you can get their autographed cards for Michael Jordan and LeBron James and Tiger Woods and so on and so forth. There's Ben Simmons, a lot more of them as well. On Sunday, we'll open a full case of Leaf Best of Baseball. That is an entirely awesome product. It is buyback cards. It's not Leaf produced cards, and it is always awesome. We'll open another case of Bowman High Tech and an 8-box inner case of Illusions Football. On Monday night, it will be a half case of basketball jerseys, another case of Archive Signature Series, more Flawless Collegiate, another case of NT Baseball, and another case of Impeccable Basketball. And then on Tuesday night, it will open just an autographed baseball bat and a full case of Contenders Draft Picks Baseball. And by the way, that one's going to be awful to sort because it's going to be all these guys in their collegiate uniforms, and I'm going to have to go figure out what teams they go to, and it's going to be a nightmare. But you know what? We're going to do it. So there you go. We're just going to dive in and go for it. So we have 4 things breaking tonight. It is going to be the autographed football jerseys, then Flawless Collegiate, then Impeccable Basketball, finally Topps Archive Signature Series. It sounds like a lot, but actually they all go pretty quickly. There's a couple of things you need to know. Number 1, there is no mail service on Monday. There is a holiday. So that means no pickup, no delivery, or anything like that. So I'm projecting everything we're opening tonight to ship out on Tuesday. It is a slight possibility I could get it out to you on Saturday, but I don't think it's a very good possibility given that it's short post office hours and we got other stuff to get out the door as well. So Tuesday for everything tonight, paid and free shipping breaks. And of course, if you are in a break tonight and your team is not pulled, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series. I just kind of grab one and for your team, and that's how it rolls. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. If you're on one of the free shipping breaks, I typically will hold them until you next have a package shipping, and then I'll send them all out to you at one time with that package. If you're in the paid shipping break and you get skunked, your consolation will go out when the rest of the break ships. If you're in the free shipping break and you don't want to wait for your next package, all you need to do, send me a message, let me know, we'll get you taken care of. So first up is going to be a half case of 2018 Leaf Autograph football jerseys. This is break number 21. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, the 4th of October here on, well, not here on eBay, but it ended on eBay. And then, of course, you see the team names are on the left-hand side. Your winning bidders are across from it on the right-hand side. This is the start of a brand new case. So we're going to be taking all of the boxes out. I will number them on the end, and then we're going to use random.org to determine which ones we open tonight, which ones we open in the next break. And I'm just checking here to see if we are cool. It looks like Roy's still having a problem with the Giants, so let me check messages again and see if we can't get that sorted out and taken care of. I don't see what is going on there. So I don't know, guys. We may have the Giants open back up too. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out what is going on with this. So we'll check that again in a minute. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's take off autofocus, because if I don't do that, you know what'll happen. It'll zoom in and out and make me crazy, and I'm already kind of crazed right now trying to deal with my situation with my friendly bidder who canceled their account. And that is a case of mini helmets, and I need a case of jerseys, so I have picked up the wrong box. Now we'll try this again. Do you ever have one of those days? I really wasn't having one of those days until, about an hour ago. Hour and a half ago. About the time Flawless Collegiate ended. That's where my day started going off the rails. Okay, so let me get our jerseys out of here. And then, again, we'll just use random. That'll help us figure out which ones are coming out tonight versus which ones will open up in the next break. Doesn't that seem like more than 8 in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess not. It just seemed like I've been pulling them out of there for a long time. Okie dokie. There, now we're all labeled up. Let's go to random and try and figure this out. Get you over there, and then I'm going to follow along behind you. That's right, I'm following you. All right, here we go. So we're going to be opening tonight, it looks like, 6152. So boxes 1, 2, 5, and 6. That shouldn't be too hard. There's 1 and 2. We'll just take out 3 and 4. And there's 5 and 6. Let's get 7 and 8 off the bottom. Let me get those put away. And I'm going to move all but 1 out of our way here as well. And let me just check. I'm just trying to make sure that, since I'm juggling a little bit right here tonight, guys, I appreciate your patience. I'm kind of trying to check the eBay messages since Roy doesn't chat and make sure he's got no problem with his invoice and etc. Let me see where we are with that. And Roger, I see you're squared away, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I don't see anything else from Roy, so I don't know what's going on there. So potentially we may have the Giants open again in Flawless. Somebody had said that they wanted them. It might have been Randy. Randy, are you still on here tonight? I think that you are. And you may still have I think I told you that the Giants were spoken for, because I thought they were, but I don't know. Roy's disappeared on me, so I don't know if he got tied up or if he doesn't want them anymore or what. I don't know. All right, our first out here is for the Chicago Bears, and it is Dick Butkus. And there, of course, is your signature. Flying around inside that bag is your Leaf Certificate of Authenticity. And there is a Leaf hologram sticker as well. So there's number 1 out of here. Yeah, Corey, the deal is it was 2 teams in Flawless Collegiate. If you were if you had a team in Flawless tonight, you would have gotten a message from me on eBay as well telling you about it. But basically, it was one person that bought 2 teams. They bought the Giants and the Arizona Cardinals, and then they immediately canceled their account on eBay. So then eBay sends me a message saying it's a suspicious buyer. They canceled the transaction, and then they pulled the listing. So I couldn't even go back to see who the second bidder was to send a second chance offer or anything. So it's been a whole lot of fun. Obviously, somebody did that on purpose with malicious intent, so that's always appreciated. But what are you going to do? Earl Campbell, guys, that's always a fun one to hit. Earl Campbell, of course, was a Houston Oiler. There's your hologram and your COA. And the former Houston Oilers are the current Tennessee Titans. As many of you, or maybe all of you know, cards and items stay with their franchise in my breaks. So what that means is that anything we pull for the Oilers are always going to go to the Titans, because the Oilers became the Tennessee Oilers and finally the current Tennessee Titans. The Houston Texans are an expansion team, completely different. Here we have a little Ron Yari, and that is JSA authenticated, as we see there, and JSA sticker way down there hiding at the bottom, and then of course our signature here. I think I may need to fiddle with our focus again for a second too, because that didn't show up real well, did it? Let's try that again. Now can we see our sticker better? Maybe a little. All right, so Ron Yari is third out. He's a Viking, right? I may have to double check that, but I think he's a Viking. I believe so, anyway. Oh, look at you, Corey. You hit something good last night, huh? in the Flawless Collegiate. And somebody asked me something in there. You're looking for, oh, Dale. Oh, look at this. Jerry Rice, baby. Yeah, we love some Jerry Rice for the 49ers. Had pretty good luck lately pulling him in helmets and jerseys. We've been on a bit of a run with Jerry Rice. That is Beckett authenticated sticker, Beckett authenticated paper COA as well. And once again, if one of these jerseys is coming your way, when you get it, please make sure you find that little piece of paper before you toss everything out. I fold it up in the jersey a lot of times, but it's easy for it to slide out, be down in the packaging somewhere, and, you know, we don't want you to lose it if you want it. So Jerry Rice for the 49ers. Earl Campbell for the Tennessee Titans. There's his signature. Dick Butkus came out for the Bears, Chicago Bears. And then Ron Yari, who I'm pretty sure Ron Yari is a Viking, but I will double check that here real quick. We'll just make sure. All right, so give me a sec, and I will check that. And then as soon as I check that, just make sure that that is correct. Then we're going to be going into Flawless Collegiate and potentially, yeah, he's Viking. And then potentially from there, we may still have a team open. I don't know. I'm going to have to check. Okay, so give me a second here, guys. I'll put up something pretty for you to look at. It's not really all that pretty, but it's informational anyway. So we'll let you look at that for a second. And I'm going to go here and see where we stand with this. All right, here's a message from Roy. Let's see what he's got going on. Okay, no. All right, sorry guys, I'm working as fast as I can on it. All right, let's try that and see if that works out for him. All right, so I know that there's a huge bunch of typos in that message, but I guess we're not going to worry about that. So Flawless Collegiate is what we're coming up to next, and I'm really just trying to figure out if we're squared away on that. So you probably, yeah, you got a good look at this now, didn't you, while I was doing all that? So I don't even need to talk about it, do we? Because I know you guys all read it. I know you probably didn't, but those of you who don't know what it is probably have, all right? So we are opening 2018 Flawless Collegiate Football. It's half case break. It is break number 2. And of course, like everything else that ended tonight on eBay, the 4th, I got to plug this in because this was a second chance offer. So let me get that plugged in here real quickly. If I can get myself on the right page. See, this is what happens when people don't pay. It just messes up our whole break, doesn't it? It messes up the flow. All of our stuff is all hosed up, but that's all right. We're working on it. And of course, team names there on the left, winning bidders on the right. I do believe the Giants are probably taken care of on that second chance offer. I am just waiting here for him to confirm that he's gotten it. He needed the invoice sent somewhere else, so I did that, and I'm going to see if that took care of what the problem was or not. And I don't know, guys. Maybe we'll just go do another break first and then have to come back to this one or something, because it's still kind of sitting there. Let me see if we're paid in basketball or not. It's one of those kind of nights. Hi, Scott. How are you? I know I'm missing a bunch of messages and stuff right now, guys, and I'm sorry that is happening too. I'm just sorry a lot tonight, aren't I? Mostly I'm sorry that one D-bag decided to go in and bid on those two teams and then immediately cancel his account. But I'm really probably certain that that's exactly what their intent was, to have it go just like this. So some people just really are terrible, terrible people. So we're looking right now at 3 unpaid teams in impeccable basketball. So we can't even move forward into that break yet. And that is going to be the Timberwolves, the Jazz, and the Phoenix Suns. So if you all want to be thinking about the Timberwolves, the Jazz, and the Phoenix Suns, they are most likely going to be available. Flawless is a pretty quick break. As soon as we can get this squared away, and of course, still sitting there not paid. So does anybody else want to pick up the Giants at this point at $250? Because we've been, kind of hanging here for a while. And I don't know what is going on. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, Scott, this was all a whole Brandon knew. This wasn't even somebody who just bailed. This is somebody who just did with the express purpose. They just created an account, had zero feedback, just created an account for the express purpose of bidding in this. As soon as they won, they immediately canceled their eBay account. So that's kind of what happened. And you know what? We are just going to... So it is Topps Archives Signature Series Retired Players Edition. It's a full case break. It is break number 2. And of course, team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. We will basketball break. You guys might be thinking about that for impeccable basketball, that we may potentially usually have these kinds of problems. So that's why it is super frustrating for me as well. It's not how I like to run a break. It frustrates me. I'm sure it frustrates you. It just makes for a disjointed, not pleasant experience for anybody. But at the same time, when it's a $20 team or something, okay, I just take the loss and I go on. And I've already had several $100s in losses this last couple of weeks from things just like that. But when you're talking about teams that are $250 plus for the team, I cannot afford to just let that sit there unsold, unfortunately. So, especially after last night, when we did not do well with Flawless Collegiate, to say the least. You all are saying that the stream is giving you, the live stream is giving you problems. On my side, it looks like it's okay. So what is happening on your all side? Are you having buffering, or is YouTube timing out or something? What's going on there, guys? If you can give me some idea, I will try to work it out for you. If I can figure out what the issue is. It's probably because I have a lot of stuff open, a bunch of windows open, trying to go back and forth with the person who said they wanted to pick up the Giants, and that's proving to be a little more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, and you know what I thought? This is what cursed me right here. I looked at it tonight and I thought, oh, it's going to be a fairly easy night tonight. Unlike some of the really long ones we've had recently that just take a long time to break. I thought, because then I get bit in the butt with stuff like this. But that person, for anybody who might happen to know him, his name is Joshua Weeks. And that is who decided to create an eBay account specifically for the purpose of bidding and winning, and then canceling their account and causing all of this. So if anybody knows that fellow, you can thank him, because that's our quote-unquote suspicious bidder, according to eBay. Not so much suspicious as just flat out, dishonest, maybe? is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. All right, let's hope we find some good stuff tonight to make up for it. How about that? So first out here, we have, is that Edgar Renteria? Who is that on here? It's numbered to 33. I think that's who it is anyway. It's obviously the Giants. It looks like Edgar Renteria to me. His name's not printed on the card, but that's who I think it is. His eBay account, as in immediately became no longer a registered user immediately after he won the auctions and the auctions ended. This is Luis Tiant. I don't know who that is. I'll be honest with you. I don't know him. That's to 50 for the Red Sox. Yeah, and it was a brand new account, obviously. Just created the account, zero feedback, made the bids. As soon as they got the bids in and the auctions ended, canceled his account, and there you go. Phil Niekro coming out for the Yankees on this one, numbered to 15. We pulled a little Phil Niekro before, but he wasn't a Yankee when we pulled him the last time. I tell you what, let me try to close a couple of things here and see if that helps your all's buffering. Sometimes, just if I've got a lot of stuff open, YouTube will get kind of dicey about issues, and I do see you all said that it's buffering, so let me see if that fixes it or not. All right, and I think we're good with Roy, so we're going to be able to next go on into our Immaculate as soon as we look through the rest of these. I haven't figured out how you can block people with zero feedback. I thought you could too, but I can't find it in the settings. I can block people with like negative feedback, like -1 and stuff like that, but I haven't found a way to block them with 0. This is Dave Steib, S-T-E-I-B, Steib. How do you say his name? Number 211. I know you're shocked that I would pronounce a name wrong. Yeah, I know. Darryl Strawberry, that is numbered to 15 for the Mets. Dale, you're asking me to hit you up about what? You said hit me up if, or maybe you're not talking to me. You said hit me up if you have something, if you have any for sale, you have to go to work, but I don't know which thing you're talking about. Buckeye for Fun, I do not have a Facebook site, so you were not looking at mine. You must be talking to Corey then. This is Stephen Avery. That is numbered to 14 for the Braves. That is our man Corey, who's living up in Alaska and keeping track of his adventures. Gary Sheffield, 1 of 1. I like that plan. I like when we get 1 of 1s. That is for the Dodgers with Gary Sheffield. Nice little 1 of 1. Dale, yeah, I usually keep the Flawless briefcases for sure. I do generally keep those and the NT stuff. Oh, look who it is. It's Johnny Bench. You guys know I love Johnny Bench. My night just instantly got better. And that is numbered to 5 for the Cincinnati Reds. Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron are my 2 favorite players. And if we can find Hank Aaron in here, not only would the Braves be happy, I would be happy again, despite all of our upheaval this evening. And the Mets with Dwight Gooden. How about that? There's a little Doc Gooden for you, Mets. What is that numbered to? Where is our number on that? 34. Mets are just kind of hanging in there, aren't they? Corey, no, somebody bought the Cardinals way up at the top of the break, like right after, like immediately. As soon as I said it, somebody bought the Cardinals. The Giants is who we were waiting to come through, but that has come through. The payment did. That is Billy Wagner. It is numbered to 48 for the Mets. And yeah, normally I would have just been able to send a second chance offer on all that Flawless stuff, but since eBay pulled the whole listing after our lovely bidder was a suspicious buyer, I couldn't even do that. Couldn't even see who had the bid. Galarraga. And where is the number? To 37 on this one. For the Braves, no less. We pulled him for somebody else last night for a different team. And this is Roy Oswalt to 15. So that's kind of cool for the Astros. And then we have to 99, the Indians, Carlos Baguera, or something probably not even remotely close to that pronunciation. We all know how that goes. Well, we pulled Manny last night. He must have liked us so much he came back to visit again tonight. That's numbered to 99 for the Dodgers. Manny just likes hanging out with us, apparently. George Bell, that's numbered to 66 for the Blue Jays. Toronto. Right now, the Johnny Bench is winning it for me. I'm loving the fact that we pulled the Johnny Bench out of here. Dennis Eckersley, he visited us last night, too. That is to 75. He's a Red Sox here. He was as an Oakland A last night, though. So he at least showed up for another team. Switched it up a little. Brian Jordan to 32 for the Cardinals, St. Louis. Guys, I don't know the prices on any of that basketball stuff yet, and as soon as we get to it, though, I will look it up and tell you, assuming that they're still unpaid when we get to that point. This is Ray Knight to 87 for the Mets again. Yeah, so that's kind of the deal. I read off the teams to you guys that were currently unpaid. As I always do, I will check it one final time before we actually open it up. If they're still unpaid, then I'll pull up the pricing and we'll rock and roll. This is another 1 of 1, but that one's Edgar Martinez for the Mariners. So a couple of 1 of 1s in here tonight. So let's recap. We have the Mariners, the Mets, who hit quite a bunch in here, the Cardinals, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Dodgers, Indians, the Astros, the Braves, the Mets again, and the Mets again, like so many Mets. The Johnny Bench for my Cincinnati Reds to 5 that made me happy. Gary Sheffield for the Dodgers. That's another 1 of 1. Let me get these set on down the line here. For the Braves, Steve Avery. Darryl Strawberry for the Mets. And then we have another hit for the Blue Jays. That is Dave Staub. For the Yankees, it's Phil Niekro. And I don't know this player. I don't remember this player at all. Louis Tiant or something similar to that for the Red Sox. Mark Langston, the Mariners, and then Edgar Renteria. At least I think that's Edgar Renteria for the Giants on the last one. Alrighty, that is Archive Signature Series. I know we did it a little out of order, but at any rate, we got it done. So appreciate everyone's patience. I know it's been disjointed and weird tonight, but that's all right. We're going to get back on track, and it's all going to be good from here on out. And we're going to keep on hitting 1 of 1s, and then we're all going to be happy, and that's going to make our night good. I am checking right now to answer your question about the basketball. I'm getting back in there to check it out for you. We're going to go ahead and pick Flawless back up, but it's potentially, guys, would be the Timberwolves and, what does that say? The last bid was at $26 and some change on the Timberwolves. And then the other potential open spot here would be for the Jazz at $273 and the Suns at $45. And both of those would have to go. And again, I'm going to give these people still have until we actually get to break that product. So they've got however long it takes us for Flawless to get their payments in, and if those payments are not in by that point in time, then those teams are going to be for sale. So that's how it's going to work tonight. So we looked at this a minute ago. We're taking a look at it again now because we're actually going to break it this time. And of course, you all know the deal by now. The Arizona Cardinals went on a second chance, and so did, of course, our New York Giants. And that's just simply because we had a deadbeat bidder. So we had to parcel those back out, and that's why we're all out of whack tonight. And finally, we're into Flawless. Corey, it was just the same as the bid price. So I think the bid price on the Cardinals was like $50 or $51, and he just picked it up at the same price as the bid price, and ditto for the Giants. And they may have been the underbidders on it. I don't know, because again, I could not access the auction once the guy canceled his account. eBay closed up everything. I couldn't get in there, or I would have simply sent second chance offers. So that's why I sent the message to everyone that was in the Flawless break entirely, because I thought, well, you know, probably, chances are, it was one of you that was the underbidder. So that's how that worked. This, of course, obviously a collegiate product. So what you need to know about this is that these cards will go to the current team of the player that you see on them. So whatever team they're with right now, today, at this point in time, that's where the cards are going to go for this, okay? So first out, we have a little Darius Geis. That is numbered to 15. And of course, Darius Geis is going to go to the Redskins. And thank you, by the way, for picking up those two teams, guys. I always do appreciate you doing that. I always cut through that, Jerry. I don't know why I do, but I do. Jerry's saying the stickers on the side. He's like, just pull them off. You don't have to cut through them. I always cut through them. Marcus Allen, numbered to 15. In the case of a retired player, it goes to the team that they played with the longest, okay? So current players go to their current team. Retired players go to the team they played with the longest. Josh Adams. Josh is numbered to 15. Behind that, a little Cortland Sutton to 25. And coming up behind that is, oh, it's Eric Dickerson to 10. Did Eric Dickerson play anywhere besides the Rams? We'll have to look him up and make sure that he's not a length of service issue anywhere. I always think of him as being a Ram, but we'll double check him and find out for sure. That's quite a handsome card, and it is Jameis Winston, numbered to 10. Who got his starting job back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is oh, I love that patch. Mason Rudolph to 15. That's, of course, Pittsburgh Steelers. But, I mean, what a great patch, right? I mean, that's why we love Flawless. Then we have Carson Wentz. Always like seeing Carson come out, numbered to 10 for the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles. Scott says his wife thinks that cards are for kids. Yeah, not these kind of cards though, huh, guys? Like, these kind of cards are not for kids at all, are they? We have our little diamond chip here is Ed Reed. Ed is numbered to 20. Here's your little paperwork that goes with it. And I believe Ed Reed was only a Raven, wasn't he? But he's another one we'll check for length of service. Here comes Josh Allen. Somebody asked for him a moment ago. That is numbered to 8 with our little, I guess that's a sapphire chip in that card, right? And then our final encased card, well, look at that. Didn't fate treat you well for being nice and picking up the Giants and rewarded you with a Saquon Barkley numbered to 20? So see, you guys do good deeds and pick up teams that other people, you know, mess us over with, and then you get handsomely rewarded. So how about that? Yeah. All right, let me pull up our historical player search here real quickly on NFL.com, and I'm going to just double check that Eric Dickerson. I always think of him as a Ram, but again, we'll make sure that he doesn't have anything else that comes into play, because of course, if someone played for more than one team, it would go to the team they played for the longest. If they are retired, can't stress that enough. If they're current players, they go to the current team. And why did it not? Oh, I see what happened. It tried to search under current players because it doesn't want to be my friend tonight. And if you are one of the people who is the unpaid team in the basketball break, this is going to be last call for you. So please get your payment in if you're one of those basketball folks who has not paid. Okay, Eric Dickerson was 5 seasons with the Rams, 5 seasons with the Colts, 1 with the Raiders, and 1 with the Falcons. This is why we look it up. So the Rams and the Colts have an equal length of service for that. So here's what happens. We're going to go to our spreadsheet. We'll see if the same person has both teams. If they do, then yay. If they don't, we'll go to random.org, and that will help us award that card. So here are our Rams, KRAR 69, or something kind of like that. And then our Indianapolis Colts, that would be Golf Pro. So we do have 2 different team owners, means we are headed over here to random. And I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times are not going to count. It is only the 3rd and final random that will make the determination about where this card goes. So good luck, Rams and Colts. Ignore the first one. You ignore the second one. Here comes our 3rd and final. And there you'll see 3 times our date and time stamp. It ends up headed to the Colts. So Eric Dickerson going to the Colts. Again, that is by way of random because we had equal years length of service. I'm sure you know that I did not write on a card, but just as sure as I don't do that, someone will come along and say, oh, you wrote on that card. So yeah, no, we didn't. Carson Wentz, of course, coming out for the Eagles. The nice Mason Rudolph is out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jameis Winston coming out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mr. Darius Geis is for the Redskins. Cortland Sutton is a Bronco. Josh Adams is an Eagle, right? Isn't that right? Is that right? Let me double check that. Yeah, an Eagle. I thought he was, but then I was like, oh, I don't know. Every once in a while I'll get one mixed up, so I just double checked it. He is an Eagle, so we're all good there. Marcus Allen, I don't think we have any length of service issues here, but because I didn't think we had any for Eric Dickerson either, I'll go check it out. I really don't even, again, I only remember the one team for Marcus Allen, but of course I only remembered the Rams for Eric Dickerson too, so there you go. We're in NFL.com for anybody who ever wants to know what I use to do this. It is NFL.com, and I use their official stats and either historical player search or current player search. So let's see, Marcus Allen, did you play anywhere else or not? Yeah, he did. Gosh, see, I told you. I only remember him as a Raider, but he played 1, 2, 3, 4. He played 5 years for the Chiefs. I didn't remember that. But, of course, he played more years for the Raiders. So we are length of service to the Raiders, which is what I would have said he was, period. I didn't remember him being with Kansas City Chiefs at all. Ed Reed, I think Ed Reed, again, goes to a Raven, but we will check one final thing here, and then we'll be all nice and happily verified as soon as NFL loads up for me again. Come on, Ed Reed. Look at me, how cute it was, thinking that I would be done with this break like already 20 minutes ago. I should have known better. Should have known better. Tonight is one of those nights, I guess. All right, Ed Reed. Did you play for anybody else but the Ravens, buddy? Yeah, he did. He played one season for the Texans and one for the Jets, but the majority were the Ravens, so we were right on that. Headed to the Ravens with our little diamond chip there. Then, of course, for the Giants, the nice Saquon Barkley to 20. So always a good mojo thing when you pick up a team and then you hit for them. I like that. And Josh Allen comes out numbered to 8. And, of course, we know Josh Allen is a Buffalo Bill. I am checking here one more time, guys. I'm going to see if our people have made their payment or not for the basketball teams. If they have not, then it's going to be opened up to you. You're going to have an opportunity to pick them up, and it looks like we are still sitting in the exact same spot we were in. So what is open is the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they were, again, last price was at $26. Then behind that, we have oh man, I just forgot what I was doing. Sorry. I stopped and looked at something and I shouldn't have, because then I lost my train of thought. So behind that is the Phoenix Suns, and they were $45. And then the Utah Jazz, they were $273. So does anybody want to pick those up? And by the way, 2 of those were the same bidder. So if the Jazz go, the Suns have to go, and vice versa. Because if I cancel the order, I've got to cancel both of them. Okay? Glenn, you're asking about a set checklist. I'm assuming you're talking about for Flawless. If you go look at the checklist there on Panini, all of their collegiate products will list only the collegiate team, right? Because it matches up with what's on the card. So if they listed a pro team on there, absolutely we would go to the checklist. But because it is a collegiate product, they're only going to list a collegiate team. So therefore it gives us nothing to work from, which is why we then refer back to the special circumstances statements that I have there on the listing that talks exactly about how we deal with collegiate cards, which is just exactly what we just divvied up there. So current players go to their current teams, and retired players go to the team that they played for the longest. So that's why we don't use the checklist, because it only lists the same college team that we see on the card there. So that's the deal. So Jerry, you're interested in the Timberwolves. But Latchman looks like got it. Wait a minute, I got to go farther back up here, because I got people saying they want different things. I got to go far enough back to find it. Okay, so Chad, you're saying you want all 3 of them, or who do you want? You said I'll take them, but you didn't say which team, so I don't know if you meant all of them, some of them, or what. Latchman would be in after that, potentially. Latchman is talking about the Suns. Jerry Rollins is talking about the T-Wolves. Of course, Chad, I don't know which, if you were talking about all of them, one of them, or some of them. And Travis Oakley is saying you'll take... Travis, do you want all 3 of the teams that are left, or you only wanted 2 of them? If I'll tell you this, guys, I'll give preference, whatever. You move to the top of the list if you take all 3 of them, is what I'm trying to say, because that makes it like easier for all of us, and that's what I'm trying to say. So Chad, you wanted just the Timberwolves. David, you wanted just one team. But it looks like to me, Travis, you're saying you'll buy all of them. So Travis we'll send them off to all at one point going that way. If anybody else objects, I'm sorry, but it is much, much, much preferable to send them all out at one time to one place. Travis, do you have an email address that I can use for you to send this request by way of PayPal? So I can get all of this load it up here. I know I have it on eBay for you probably, but I'm just thinking it might save us a tad bit of time if you wanted to type it in. All right, so let's see here, Andrew. I'll see if I can find you on, let me see if I can find your email here on eBay, and we'll try and go about it that way then. And I'm assuming that it is your eBay email address that you want me to use for Andrew for Travis Oakley. Is that right? Which I'm scrolling trying to find it. I think I've got it. I think this is it. Oh, come on in there. All right, here is the email address. So let me get a money request sent over there. I am so glad this doesn't happen every night, because I tell you what, I would be like stressed out of my mind if this happened every single night with a bunch of people leaving me stuck with all this stuff. It's not fun. Like, I don't mind the team or two. I mean, I do mind it. I don't prefer it, but I'm willing to take a shot and, you know, potentially eat it when it's a few teams. But man, when it's a lot, it blows. All right, so this is second chance for the T-Wolves, the Suns, and the Jazz. Impeccable basketball number 2. Okay, Travis Oakley, you should have a PayPal money request at your Yahoo email address. So if you can check, please, and let me know if you have that, that would be extremely beneficial. Meanwhile, let me get in here and cancel the orders for the stuff that isn't paid. Well, maybe I'll get in there and cancel the orders for the stuff that isn't paid. If eBay will cooperate with me, I will. Oh, hang on, Travis. Don't pay it yet. I think somebody... I hate when people do that. So he's had like all night to pay this. And then he pays it 5 seconds after I send the message. Okay, so you have the Suns and the Jazz are still there. The Timberwolves are out. So Travis, don't pay that, please. The other person paid it like while I was sending you the invoice. So please don't pay that. I'll go in here and try and fix it right now. And I'll change it to reflect the other teams. Tag on it. Ay, 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 ay. All right, let's edit this. So that leaves you, Andrew, for Travis Oakley. That leaves you the Suns and the Jazz. And I just edited both the amount and the teams in there. Now you should be fine to pay it. If you can just let me know if you have it or not. Corey, you out of here? Hey, man, thanks for coming by. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm really sorry this has been such a disjointed, awful mess tonight. At least most of you have bid with me enough that you know that it's not normally this way. But the ones that are new, it's like, oh, I hate that for you. Because it's not usually this way. I promise it's not. All right, so we are just, if you can confirm for me, Andrew, if you got that, if you have that in your email, that PayPal money request, and if we're good to go on that, and as soon as I get your okay, then we will open up our impeccable case here. Oh, so Jerry, you got out of trouble because you hit the Carson Wentz, so that's good. Oh, so you don't have that, Travis, in your Yahoo email account? You don't see it in there? Okay. Because it's easier, obviously, the way I do it that way, because I can find the payment later if I send it as a money request, but we can do it this way, and I'll just have to, I'll make myself a note to go deal with it as soon as we finish up the break. And we pulled a gold bar last night, Scott. Were you on here when we did that? Oh, daggone it. I didn't mean to hit enter yet. Sorry, trying to multitask and having a difficult time. This is just my PayPal email, but there it is, Andrew. Your amount is 300 and, well, actually it's supposed to be 318. I typed 316, whichever. 318, 316, 3 whatever, doesn't matter. Or, of course, otherwise, as I said, it's you've got a money request in your Yahoo account, but if you don't want to use that, this other will work. It was a Laker, Scott. It was Kyle Kuzma last night. Kyle Kuzma was our gold bar out of Impeccable. So I haven't had time to look at a lot of chat tonight, as you all know, because I have been doing all of this other stuff. So I'm going to tell you, if you've been sending me messages or saying things and I have not replied to it like I normally would when I see it in chat, that's why. I'm not ignoring you. It just means I didn't see it from all of the multitasking. It has just been insanity tonight. Alrighty, so we're just hanging out here for a hot second. We'll be in Impeccable momentarily. Scott, you said I need to go back through the chat. All right, well, I'll do it after we get done with the break. So with somebody, you said go back, I'll laugh. Were people like just drilling me because I didn't see their messages and people getting like mad and carrying on? I could understand that. I mean, normally I see them pretty close to real time, but tonight has not obviously been that case. Andrew, you didn't wander totally away, did you? You're still here, aren't you? You're still hanging out with us, right? Oh, Scott, you're in trouble, huh? But you're not in trouble for just watching, though, right? You would only be in trouble if you buy in and spend a lot of money, right? I mean, I think that's the deal. I think I did. I sent it through there. I sent the email address to you already, Travis. It's in the chat here. I sent that through, and I also sent it directly to you as well. But let me type it in here again. And then, of course, also it is in your Yahoo email has the PayPal money request in it. You can pay directly from that as well. All right, so there is that. And you already know the amount, I think. And, oh, they want to know the name on the account? Good Lord. Okay. Well, that'll take me a minute to type in. There you go. So so there is that. And then otherwise, yeah, we should be good to go. Because it's a business account, so. Scott, you said you're afraid of her. Come on now. I know that's not true. I know you're not afraid of her. That's not true. But you know what? It's good that we have other halves, right? Those of us who are addicted to things like card breaks, because you know what? Yeah, we would all probably go broke if we didn't. That's what I'm thinking. We would all be broke. All right, so did that get it taken care of then, Andrew? I know, Chad. I'm like, I want to get in there really badly myself. The best laid plans, right? You bought a big card earlier. What'd you buy? Tell us what you bought. We like to live vicariously through others. Jerry, the break is never ever going to be uploaded while we're still in it, because it has to be finished for me to upload it. And usually I don't even upload it until the next day, because typically after the break I've got so much other stuff to clean up and get done, and then I got to get in bed and all that. But the YouTube archived version is going to generally be available a couple of hours after the break is over. Sometimes I think it only shows you the first part of the break or the back half of the break or something when they're really long, is what I'm told. And then eventually it'll correct itself and show you the whole break. And then, of course, myself, when I upload it, which is typically the next day, obviously you got everything in there when I do it. All right, so Andrew, can you just type in the email address you would like me to use then, Andrew? If you don't want to use the one that I have from eBay that is Yahoo, can you please type in to me the one you would like me to use? And then I'll just shoot you over a new money request to that address so that we can get it all squared away here. Because I can just cancel the first one and send it to the new email address. That's not a big deal. I just need to know which one you want me to use then. Okay, so use the Gmail one. Okay, because Yahoo is what I had used before, so I think that's what it was. And I don't know why PayPal is making you do all this stuff. That's really weird. I don't know that it's ever done that before, and it should have worked with. I mean, that is the name on the account, so I don't know why it didn't work for that either, but that's all right. We're going to just do it like this and see if that gets us hooked up. PayPal's been weird lately anyway, by the way. They've been doing all kinds of weird stuff. Like fraud detection stuff. They're flagging some people's payments for fraud detection and weird stuff that like you wouldn't expect to have happen. It's just been bizarre. All right, so let me type this in again. It is a second chance for the Suns and the Jazz. Impeccable. Yeah, I guess you don't need me to write it out as I type it, do you? I know. It's going to have typos in it, in the notes that tell you what it is, just because I'm trying to reach over a bunch of stuff to get to the keyboard, but that's not really that important because you know what we're talking about, and I think it'll make sense when you see it. And it should be right there in your Gmail account. And if you don't see it, let me know. Meanwhile, I'm going to go in and cancel this first one that went to Yahoo. I'm just going to cancel that one out so that I don't get confused about what's what. So the Yahoo one is canceled, the Gmail one is there, and I just saw a nasty streak of lightning hit. So after all this, I swear to you, if my power goes out, I'm going to lose my mind. Oh, it's thundering. Like, it's so late in the year to have a thunderstorm, but that's what we're having right now. I'm giving you the play-by-play of what's happening here. I'm sure that's what you all wanted tonight when we tuned in. Scott, what are you confused about? Tell me what you're confused about. It's pouring. Yeah, it's pouring rain here too, man. I mean, like, so hard. And thundering and lightning. It's so late in the year to be having a massive thunderstorm, but we are for sure having one right now. Oh, well, I guess we waited long enough. Now the guy paid the bill. The eBay guy paid the bill. Oh my God. That is hilarious. Just exactly like the other person did. As soon as I send out the email to Travis, then the original guy pops into PayPal and says it's paid. Have mercy. Okay. Travis, when I send you your order, I'm going to send you something extra because you were nice and kind and tried to help and tried to pick up these teams. And then, of course, that guy pays the instant that I send you the money request. And now, you know, I will send you something extra, Travis, because you tried to help out here. Well, George, I'm trying to get this going, my friend. I would love to have gotten it going just all night. Would have liked to have. And Travis, I will, of course, refund what you paid if you paid the bill in the meantime, because I saw the guy pop in when I refreshed to check on that. And I will, for sure, Travis, send you something extra, okay? And, I mean, I can't believe that both times, as soon as I sent the invoice, like instantly the other person paid. It's almost like they were watching and then decided they better pay. I'm sure that's not the case because we don't want to think that way about people, do we? But it was almost like that, wasn't it? Have mercy. Okay. So there we are at last. We're going to be in our impeccable basketball finally, and hope that our case is as good as the case that we had last night. Those are all just blank things in there, but I usually show them to you so that you know what they are, because I don't want you to just think there's random stuff going on. We'll look at our metal cards first, and of course that'll be our gold bar card in the back. Oh, did I not show the spreadsheet with the teams? I thought I did, but, well, now I've got this out of the box. I'll put it up again after the fact, okay? Because now that I've got stuff out of the box and I had already started opening this wrapper, I can't really take you away from the live view of the cards. I'll put it up again after the fact then. Jason Tatum, that is numbered to 99 for the Celtics. That is our stainless stars from that one. This is the one I had started opening. It is Anthony Davis to 99 stainless stars for NOLA. All right, I may not have done it, the Major Rad Player. I have no idea. I mean, honestly, we're so disjointed tonight. I'm not going to swear to the fact that I did it, but I'll for sure put it up again here momentarily. Kawhi Leonard to 49 for the Spurs. Paul George to 99 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's Lonzo Ball to 99 for the Lakers. We have a redemption. Set it right over there and flip it shortly. Dylan Brooks and the Memphis Grizzlies. Dylan is numbered to 25. Ooh, there went some more lightning, so you're about to hear some thunder in a minute. Jermaine O'Neal for the Pacers. And Jermaine is numbered to 99. Yeah, there's the thunder. Artis Gilmore for the San Antonio Spurs. That one's numbered to 20. Nice patch to go along with your signature there on it. Reggie Miller. You don't pull a lot of Reggie Miller. He was not in the products for a long time with the autographs. They just got him back in there within the last year or so, really less than a year. And Reggie here is numbered to 11. So if you have the Pacers, that's a nice pickup right there. Okay, this is Marshawn Brooks to 49 for the Grizzlies. Karl Anthony Towns to 99 for the Timberwolves. Wesley Matthews to 99 for the Dallas Mavericks. For the Toronto Raptors, we have Sergey numbered to 49. The Detroit Pistons, Bill Laimbeer. That's an oldie but a goodie. It is numbered to 99. Danny Green and the Spurs. Spurs seem to hit a lot in here, don't they? There are numbered to 99. Or maybe it was Opulence where we had all the Spurs. We opened that earlier this week too. Kevin Johnson for the Phoenix Suns. And Kevin Johnson is numbered to 99. Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. Donovan is numbered also to 99. We pulled him last night as well. It's almost like it's a very similar case. Dwight Howard to 49 for the Magic. Bradley Beal to 99 for the Wizards. The Celtics are Gordon Howard to 99. Cleveland Cavaliers, Mark Price. That is to 10. A little two-color relic up there, of course, with your autograph. And the Lakers are getting involved with AC Green. AC Green numbered to 10. Harry Giles and the Sacramento Kings. He looks good so far in the preseason and summer leagues to 99. Anthony Hardaway, a little Penny Hardaway action for the Orlando Magic. That's numbered to 99. Dennis Smith Jr. comes out for the Mavericks. Dennis is numbered to 10. Now, we've got a redemption left to flip, but we've got our big kahuna coming out here. This is going to be our ingot. It's silver tonight, and it is Tim Duncan and the Spurs, numbered to 16. All right, so let's set this up here. We're going to recap this in a moment. Before we get to the recap, however, we've got a redemption to flip over. And our redemption is Malik Monk. Rookie autograph will be the Hornets, of course, but we will go to the checklist and verify that. We'll also find out what that's going to be numbered to for the Hornets. So let me get you headed in that direction, and I'm going to follow along behind you here. And we'll look it up and see what we can find out about it. My mouse is not wanting, like everything else tonight, my mouse is not wanting to cooperate with me. All right, this is just rookie autographs as our card set. He is card number 115. There is Malik Monk. It's going to be numbered to 99. Of course, it is the Hornets as we expected. I'm going to get this labeled up here. Then we will recap. Then I will put all the spreadsheet information up again after that. So let's get everybody back here to the main page, myself and you, and we'll go through here. So the Hornets and Malik Monk, that'll be numbered to 99, a redemption. The Anthony Davis to 99 for NOLA. Jason Tatum for the Celtics to 99. Then we have Tim Duncan. That is numbered to 16 for the Spurs. Danny Green for the Spurs. Bill Laimbeer for the Pistons. Sergey for the Raptors. The nice Reggie Miller to 10 for the Pacers. Or to 11. Was that to 11? Sorry, I said to 10. Artis Gilmore comes out for the Spurs. Jermaine O'Neal for the Pacers. Dylan Brooks is out for the Grizzlies. For the Cavaliers, it's Mark Price. It's Donovan Mitchell to 99 for the Jazz. Kevin Johnson for the Suns. Dennis Smith Jr. to 10 for the Mavericks. Penny Hardaway for the Magic. Harry Giles, Sacramento Kings. And AC Green for the Lakers. So that is how we look tonight for our breaks, which we finally got done like, what, an hour after they should have been? Not an hour, but we would have broken everything tonight in probably about 45 minutes. And so it's taken us about twice as long thanks to our non-paying bidder friends. But I do appreciate you sticking in here with me and keeping me company, having you be patient while I worked through this. I am sorry it is not usually this disjointed. And thank you for those who stepped up to the plate and picked some things up when they needed to be picked up. So the spreadsheet, someone brought up that they did not think that I had put that up yet. So we're taking a look at that. I'm also jumping in here real quickly so that I can get the money back to Travis Oakley since the other person paid. I don't want to leave that sitting. So Travis Oakley, you've got your money back for that. And I will be sending you some extra. I'll send you some stuff out of my collection of things to make up for all of this hot mess tonight of you trying to help out and, and then the person paying approximately 30 seconds before you hit send or hit pay. So there you go. So one more time, if I didn't possibly put this up earlier, so if I didn't, here it is, and apologies if it didn't go up earlier. Been insane tonight. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Remember, there is no shipping on Monday for the holiday. I know, right? Like it's Columbus Day or something strange. The mailman reminded me this week. I didn't even know we had a holiday until he told me that we do. So that means nothing picked up and nothing shipping out, which means we're projecting Tuesday to get out the door for everything we open tonight, both free and paid shipping breaks. If you got skunked in the free shipping break, normally I will hold your consolation card until the next package you have shipping out, and then I would include it with that. If you do not want to wait for that, all you need to do is hit me up, send me a message, and let me know, and I will get it taken care of and get it out to you right away. That's the free shipping breaks. If you got skunked in a paid shipping break tonight, your consolation card or cards are going to be heading your way with the rest of the break. So that's how that kind of stuff works. Looking at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, which hopefully, fingers crossed, knocking on wood and everything else, will go like it normally does instead of like it was tonight. And we will open a half case of mini helmets, more Flawless Collegiate, a case of National Treasures Baseball, a case of Bowman Chrome Baseball. On Saturday, we are going to start early at 9:30. An autographed baseball glove, a half case of autographed baseball jerseys, an autographed full-size football helmet, more Flawless Collegiate, and a 16-box master case of Upper Deck Goodwin Champions. On Sunday, we'll open a full case of Leaf Best Baseball. Those are buyback cards, and they are usually really awesome. A case of Bowman High Tech, and an 8-box inner case of Illusions Football. We're not opening a master case Sunday, but an 8-box inner. On Monday, it's going to be a half case of Gold Rush autographed basketball jerseys, another case of Archive Signature Series retired players, more Flawless Collegiate, more National Treasures Baseball, and more Impeccable Basketball. On Tuesday, we'll open an autographed baseball bat and a full case of Contenders Draft Picks Baseball. So that's what the days ahead look like. Now, I see somebody's been typing furiously over there in chat, which I couldn't see while I was looking at all of that. So let me take a look at what you're telling me here in chat and see what it is that we need to do over here. All right, so Scott's out and Ellen's out, and Jerry says, oh, you're glad that you didn't buy the Timberwolves. Yeah, I hear you. Rover's Widow Rider says maybe your fault. I don't know. Our Rover's Widow Rider, if you're one of the ones who didn't pay until like just a minute ago, oh yeah, it kind of made things a hot mess. But anyway, we're all straightened out now. So Jerry, yeah, it is Columbus Day. I just didn't remember that it was Columbus Day like at all. I do, I remember like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, that kind of stuff. I'm not so good with President's Day and Columbus Day and all that sort of thing. But yeah, so that's what is going on there. Randy, you said you had a lot of Spurs. I'm scrolling back up through here. You did do very well with your Spurs. Josh, you said you have some questions. The jerseys were, oh gosh, guys, I don't even remember. It was Jerry Rice and the 49ers. Earl Campbell for the Oilers, which is the Titans. Somebody for the Vikings, Ron Yari maybe. And who was the fourth one? Dick Butkus for the Bears. That was the other jersey. So that's how those go. And what else? The Major Rad, we got the spreadsheet back up. So that got you taken care of. Scott says he got more confused. I agree. I got more confused too. The longer we went, the more confusing it got tonight. But I think we are all caught up, and I think that catches me up on the questions that you had. Thanks, guys. It'll be better the next time, I promise. And it really, really will be. And Travis Oakley, you are my hero for stepping in to try to do that. And for sure, you'll find extra things in your package, okay, to make up for it. And I refunded you already, Travis Oakley. So where you picked up the teams, the extra or tried to, and then the other person paid, I already sent you that money back. So we should be all back to even and you all squared away with that. If you have any problems with it, please let me know, okay? That's it for me tonight. Good gracious, I think I need a drink after all that. I will catch you all the next time. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.